Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. I am Captain Badison Balilo, Philippine Navy GSC, the race director of Race for Our Heroes Testimonial Triathlon for the Flag Officer in Command. So this morning, we are going to simulate and demonstrate to you how you are going to conduct in this particular triathlon. This time, I'm going to show to you what are the gears that you need to prepare before your race so that you will be in control of your race all throughout the day. So day before, you should be able to have all of these gears prepared, not on the morning of your race day. So I have arranged all of the items, sir, from left to right according to the sequence of how you are going to use them. This one is for the swim, this one is for the bike, and this one is for the run. Now for the swim, what you basically need is the swim cap and the goggles. But of course, your basic attire is your tri-suit. Alternatively, you can also use swimming trunks or cycling shorts. But other gears that you may find yourself comfortable using for the swim, bike, and run is also allowed. So again, for the swim, you have your suit, your bodysuit, you have your cap, and you have your goggles. Next, for the bike. For the bike, I would suggest you start gearing up from down up and removing your gears when you return up, going down. So transition 1. Usually for small distance triathlons, triathletes do not wear socks, but that requires skill and practice. So for this particular race, I recommend that you still use your socks. For those who are aspiring to become faster, you have the option to not wear socks in transition 1. So wear your socks and then wear your shoes. For your shoes, for those who are already used to using cleats, you can use your bicycle shoes. But if not, you can use any regular running shoes. Then going up, anyway, before you start the race, maybe you might want to assess yourself if what is your objective in that particular race. So I would suggest 2 types. Is your objective form or is your objective substance? So if your objective is the form, you may wear all of the optional items. But if your objective is substance, meaning you want to perform your best in the race, then you can do away with the optional items. So one of those optional items is the arm pullers. Other alternative also are the calf sleeves. So this is important for you to protect yourself from heat and dust, and in case of accident, it is also a good protection for your skin. So you can wear this after the shoes. So I suggest you wear this first before wearing your cycling jersey. This is to ensure that the arm pullers are inside your jersey, and if you will not lose time in fixing yourself. Okay. Next, another optional item is the gloves. This one is not optional. The race belt is not optional. As much as possible, you should have a race belt so that you can place your race bib on the race belt, and you will not have difficulty pinning yourself with safety pin for the in attaching the race bib. Okay, so the race bib is usually placed already a night before or a day before, and ready to be worn. Would be your eye protector or your shades or sunglass. And next, and the last, is your helmet. So for the helmet, of course, a bike-specific helmet is advised, but kung walang-wala na talaga sir, then you can use any other helmet. But the requirement is that you must have a helmet on the bike. Now I have here a towel. This is also optional but essential for the transition one or the first transition. I usually place this on top of my bike for me to easily identify the location of my bike, because once all of the bikes are placed on the transition area, you might have difficulty locating your bike because of the similarity of the colors and everything. But if you have something like this to serve as a marker, it will be very helpful for you, especially when your adrenaline is already boosted. And then you can also use this, of course, to wipe yourself, wipe your feet, get rid of dust and pebbles. So you don't want to have yourself suffering from pain because pebbles are inside your shoes and will cause you blisters. Then next, in removing your gear before going to the run, again, as I mentioned earlier, from top to bottom. So when you arrive at the transition 2, remove your headgear. You may opt to keep your shades or your eye protector. Remove your gloves. You have the option to retain your upper garment or remove it as well. You have also the option to retain your arm coolers if the weather is very hot, especially for running. And then retain your race belt. Then remove your shoes, remove your socks. Then you proceed on wearing your running gears. So if you are using cycling shoes, then you have to replace it with running shoes. But if you're already using your running shoes on the bike, then obviously you don't need to remove your running shoes. So since the last thing that you removed is your shoes, then in gearing up also, it is recommended that you gear up from down going up. So wear your shoes and then wear your hat or your cap. Now I have here two types of caps. This type, fully covered, and this one is a visor. So prior to the race, you should already decide which cap you want to use. Don't make yourself choose on the race itself or during the transition. So make sure that you only place one. This one, I decide to use this. Okay. And perhaps you can also bring your other safety protocol gears during the run, because of the tendency of getting close to other participants. The face mask or balaclava or tube mask is the recommended type of mask that you should use during the run and also during the bike. So I forgot to place this in the bike equipment. So you should already be wearing your tube mask or balaclava mask during the bike. So do not use the surgical mask because it will dampen and you will have difficulty in breathing. And you can also use some sports-specific mask like the Under Armour sports mask or similar type of gears. Now, you have the option, of course, if you have difficulty in breathing or when there's nobody else in the area, you can choose to bring down your tube mask and bring it up again when you are encountering other or meeting other participants. Okay, I think that will be all for the gear preparation. Now we will simulate the first leg of the event, which is the swim, and then we will go to the transition area to get our bike, go for the bike, and go back here, transition area, remove the bike, and go for the run. Let's go!